Alright, this is going to be a review of 21 Jump Street. 21 Jump Street stars Jonah Hill and Channing Tatum, and the story basically goes: these two really bad cops, basically really bad at their jobs, get sent into 21 Jump Street, the program, to infiltrate a drug ring inside a high school. But since this is not the Johnny Depp TV show and has Channing Tatum and Jonah Hill in it, you can imagine that they're not going to be as slick, cool, or awesome as Johnny Depp when he does it. Granted, I've only seen like one episode of the actual TV show. And to be honest, 21 Jump Street was a movie that no one wanted. Everyone could be honest in their reviews. No one wanted this movie. Everyone was like, oh, this is a terrible just rehash of the TV show, and it's just going to be terrible, blah, 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 blah. And I was one of those people, granted, because I'd only seen one episode, but I knew this was going to happen. I knew this was going to be terrible, and I knew it was going to just suck because, Channing Tatum can't act worthwhile for anything, basically. That's what I thought. I was happily surprised by this movie. This movie was really, really good and really, really funny. I'm not going to go as far to say it's the funniest R-rated movie in years or anything like that, but it's very funny. Probably one of my favorites of the year so far. Keep in mind, it's only March, but with the movies I've seen this year, it's definitely beats out Woman in Black. Maybe not Chronicle, though, but it is a very good movie, and it does get on that list of my favorite movies so far. It has really good writing in terms of jokes. The story is a little choppy at parts. I really like the acting. Channing Tatum really surprised me in this movie. He was really, really good. Jonah Hill was great, as always. Jonah Hill's always great, but it's skinny Jonah Hill, awkward Jonah Hill, Peter Parker Jonah Hill, as I like to call him. And I really like how they addressed the hipster and goth and emo thing, because a lot of stuff has changed in 10 years in high schools, and I really like how they addressed that. Someone who was uncool 10 years ago might be cool now, and I really like that idea. And I really like how the idea that if someone who might have been cool 10 years ago wouldn't be our standards of cool now, and I really like that they introduced that, and I thought that was really funny, the way they set up the hipsters and all that stuff, and I thought it was really funny and cool. I thought that all the actors in the movie were pretty good in the job that they did. Other than Jonah Hill and Channing Tatum, I have to say my other favorite is Ice Cube. He just pops in little scenes and just steals the scene, and it's really funny the way he does it. I think my favorite joke is when he goes, they're like, I know I look like the angry black boss, angry black captain, and he goes, well, let me tell you something. I'm black, I'm angry, and I work my ass off to get this job. So yeah, I'm an angry black captain. And I was laughing. So overall, I really bought the friendship. I really liked the acting. The only thing I think that was really bad, or it was needed work in the movie, was it felt like when you first see the movie, you know what character arc each character is going to go through, and it wraps up the exact same way you think it's going to wrap up. There's no ifs, ands, buts, twists, turns. It wraps up the way you think it is. I'm not saying that these moments where the character arcs were fulfilled weren't great, but they were a little stereotypical. In addition, the last act is a little chopped up and put on. But the movie is really fun, really a blast. Not going to say it's the best movie of all time or even the best comedy I've ever seen. It was a lot of fun. There's a cameo in it that everyone should see coming, but no one did. I mean, I knew about it before I went to the movie, but still, it didn't take away from the awesomeness that was the cameo in this movie, and it was great. And I guess that's all I gotta say. Really good movie. 4 out of 5 stars. And, before I forget, Brie Larson is in this movie. She's the blonde girl who Jonah Hill likes. She's really hot. That's not why I'm talking about her, though. other than being really hot, you will probably, if you're like me, look at her and be like, I know you. And I went home and I looked it up, and she's Envy in Scott Pilgrim. So if anyone's tearing their hair out in the movie, which I doubt you are, like I was trying to remember where that face comes from, it's Envy from Scott Pilgrim. If anyone really cared, but that's just tidbit of useless information about the movie. I guess that's all I got to say about it. It's a really good movie. 4 out of 5 stars. That's all I got to say about it. All right, see you guys.